And then there's this, which is, if we open it, it's difficult with one hand, but we're getting there. We'll get there slowly. There we go. Almost. There is that. And this one is also filled with minifigures. So yeah, just finally finished editing the previous vlog, which is now almost 10 p.m., but it's not time to call it a day yet, so that means I finally have a little bit of time to work on the other box there, and yeah, so the whole editing of that one there, because I tried with all the DaVinci stuff, trying to get all that stuff done, I want to say I spent like 4 or 5 hours again on the vlog because I tried to do it super complicated, but I ended up just going back to Clipchamp and stuff like that. So yeah, that was just another attempt to learn that didn't really work because it turns out that it's just way overkill to try to do that. But at least now we know, so then we hopefully can work on the next vlogs a bit faster, because I created the backlog so I could get the vlogs ready faster. But then right now, because I'm still just trying to finish up the backlog before I can finally get to work on all the other stuff, we're still just working on them just a day or two before they're actually released. But once this backlog is done and we are done with the time-consuming stuff in that sense, and we can focus on a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, then I hope to have all of them actually finally starting to take advantage of the backlog of the vlogs. And also, I'm pretty sure it helps to edit the vlogs within the same week that I record them, because then I can remember some of the stuff a bit better if I need to add a note or something like that. So that is now done, but it's time to get to work on this box now. Always nice to find parts like this here, and this one is from when I was looking at the picture. If you remember a couple vlogs back, I saw this here, and I was hoping that this was what I was thinking it was, and it looks like it is. So yeah, this here, it sells for 20 plus bucks, and this here is from 2 sets, but one of them is the Inquisitor Scythe, and I found his head in the lot, and yeah, so then looking at this here, it definitely seems to be this one here rather than this one, even though I'm pretty sure it's probably the same base design to an extent. But yeah, that's because I already found the head from that minifigure there, so that's a nice one. So I know that this one here has some stuff, so I'll take this one as well. I'll remove that off of camera if I can't get it then here. Oh, there we got the one. Let's try the other. There's that, so we'll take that one. Then the 6 yard dishes are almost always, I think both versions of them in light bluish gray have good value, so let's just check that there at 44375. And then this here is the solid stud version, so we'll choose that because I know hollow stud is, but it's been a little bit since I found solid in light bluish gray. But yeah, 87 cents, so we will keep that one as well. And then looking on the inside of this part, this thing here I'm pretty sure has some value. We'll just double check since we're recording though. So that there is part 6575, I believe. So check that one there. And then find that here and check that one, and yep, that is 80 cents, so we keep that one. And then well, there's a astromech torso thing here. I know this one isn't necessarily the most valuable one, but it is a minifigure part, so we do put it there. Then we will just open up this a little bit, and so my process with going through this stuff here is if it's a mostly complete set, this one here wasn't complete enough for it to qualify for that for what I do, then I'll open up Brick Store and then I'll part out the entire set and check to see if there's anything valuable there. But if it's a smaller thing, like one of these sections or something like this, basically I'll look over the thing and I will, for example, ask myself, okay, is this part valuable? Is this part valuable? Is this part valuable? And I'll just do that and look at every single part on the thing. It doesn't take more than a few seconds because it's more so pattern recognition, I think, than more so directly asking yourself the question for each part. Yeah, so then I look at all these parts here, and because I'm recording, odds are I'm going to miss something. But then this year, I don't see anything else that has value, so it won't be that stuff there will just end up being put into the bulk, and then go for the same here. I think these things might have a little value, but I know that they've been released a lot more recently, so it's probably fallen quite a bit. So let's check. That is 13540, I think. So then we check that there. And of course I got that wrong. Let's use recognize then, just because we're recording. And then put that there, go to the camera and grab that thing and then put that there. And then go choose the color, and yep, that one's only 12 cents, so it is not worth it. So we just throw that back in the container. And yeah, I don't think anything else here has any value, so then that stuff will go in there as well. Yogurt time. So we just got the one package in the mail, and just as a refresher, this one was just $407 Canadian. So let's actually just check what that is in USD real quick. Let me see if I can find here. So 407 CAD to USD. Let's go here. So that is just $299.46. Let's turn the scale on. So for that, we got this bag of minifigures right here and stuff like that. Then we got this one here, but this here is like mostly fake stuff. Though, actually, no, is that real? Let's see if we can. No, that's not real. And then also this one here, which is just some accessories and stuff like that. Then we got, I think it's the entirety of the set, but I easily could be mistaken. But at least a good portion of the Up Lego set. The minifigures are here somewhere. You can see, like, I think his name's Russell. Don't know where the other ones are, but I'm pretty sure I saw them in here. So there's that. And then another random bag of stuff. This one here. I'm not really seeing anything that's too valuable. So there's that. And then there's this, which is, if we open it, it's difficult with one hand, but we're getting there. We'll get there slowly. There we go. Almost. There is that. And this one is also filled with minifigures. And just looking at this now, this case might actually be worth something. It's a cool Millennium Falcon case, and it seems to be in at least decent condition. We'll look that up in a minute. But then this here is also filled with minifigure parts. Yeah, you can see like Star Wars, more Star Wars, superheroes, a bit of Junior's stuff. We got Pirates, Castle, and yeah, a decent amount of the stuff is damaged as was described, but that's normal for any lot. This lot doesn't look to be specifically worse than a normal lot or anything. More Star Wars. I think this here is Nexonites. Oh no, is that Cole? I'm not sure. I think that's the legs are from Cole, but I think the top's from Nexonites or something. More Nexonites. Poison Ivy, I think. And yeah, so then we've got this here. Oh, that did not work out. Well, I will. Okay, that's already on pounds. Where did here's the helmet. Here's this, and this. And one fell over there, so I'll grab that real quick. And remove the dust from it. So let's try this with two hands. And grab this and bring it over here. And set that there. And then grab this bag here. And so all in all, 8.7 pounds, including the weight of the case, of minifigure parts, not including the upset or these things here. I mean, there's a lot of fake in here, but there's still real stuff. So just for fun, we can probably toss that on. And I don't think this will affect the weight. And I don't know what that is. But Yeah, so yeah, just shy of 9 pounds of stuff for only $407. Pretty good price. So that's like $50 Canadian a pound. And this one, I believe it sold super cheap because the pictures were very poor quality. It was described as almost all city. But as you can see, it's not almost all city. There's probably uh, same amount of city as everything else, or less city even. Like, if you take out 100 minifigures, 50 or less of them will be city. The others will all be something else, because you got like Ceres, Bionicle, Jima. That one might be city. I mean, I know it is city, but that torso, depending, I can't remember which version of it. One of them, it's from Monster Fighters or something, and the other one is from city. Then we got, I think that's City or Harry Potter. No, that's City. But yeah, there's a good mix of stuff in here. Much better than you'd think from the description. But yeah, then that is a pretty cool purchase there. And stuff like that. So let's, I'll take a look and search up the case now real quick. So looking it up, it appears to be this carry case here from the looks of it, which is, actually, is it? We can see there that it shows the full window thing there, but then looking here, it only seems to show part of it. I mean, it's very well could be just variation, maybe the other side, but I'm not going to risk flipping it upside down or anything. Actually, no, that wouldn't work because they're going to be on the other side. But this similar one goes for 10 to 20 bucks, 10 to 30 bucks. So only 5 sold though. So the prices are not going to be too accurate per se, but wouldn't surprise me if I could get like 15 to 20 bucks, maybe even 25 for this case on eBay. But yeah, pretty cool find. And where were those legs that I was holding that need to go in here? Did I already put them in? I might have. I have no idea. But yeah, either way, pretty cool purchase. And yeah, add this stuff to the backlog. And yeah, there's also Lord of the Rings in here and stuff like that. But yeah, then that will get added to the backlog. So then, now that that is all zipped up, let's figure out the best way to add this to the backlog. I'm thinking if we put this here, because we need access to that light switch, that fits perfectly there. And then if we grab this one, and yeah, just to look at the other side as well, just in case you're curious. That thing is not Lego, unless that's that new, can't remember the name, Dreams line, but no, I think that's slightly different. But yeah, got all sorts of cool stuff here, agent stuff too, I believe. And yeah, lots of cool stuff mixed in here. So then we will, let's see, if we move this here, and we can add this one right here. Then if we put that there, and this guy here, we can then move this one right here. So yeah, the backlog is coming along nicely. And yeah, we're still waiting for a few to show up at the American address before we ship it here. But at the American address, I believe it should be, I mean, we're already at 20 pounds, but I'm still waiting for delivery on a few others. So we might, including packaging and stuff like that, have 30 more pounds of this stuff on the way from the States at some point. Plus, we're still going through this one here, which will probably get at least half a pound total. But I don't think there's going to be too many more in the remainder of the backlog. But yeah, we are getting close to being finished this, and then we can finally get to work on some of the other back end stuff. I don't think I want to know what was going through whoever made this mind while they were doing it. That is a little creepy for a Lego thing. It's not like it's like too creepy, but it's just like for Lego, like I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a beard or a mouth that's opened extremely tall. And I think it's the second one, which makes it really weird and unsettling almost to find in a Lego lot. And that is definitely unique. I was just looking at the analytics of the previous vlog, or well, like the most recent one I posted, but from the position of this video, it's like 3 vlogs back. But that video is doing extremely well for some reason. So yeah, normally, as you can see, the videos, they go like this. Here's the average one, but then this one here, in the first 2 hours, it's already at 101 views. And so normally it would be at about that point at around, I want to say, oh yeah, we can see by the things there, 70 to 100. So if we're at 101, that means it would probably be somewhere in this 80 to 100 area, which is normally at the 9-hour mark, basically. So yeah, that is doing amazingly well. So that's pretty cool. So just now finished with the boxes, and so we have this bag here of all the minifigure parts, so 1.15 pounds. So we got that one there, a little low on the quantity for, I think it was like 50 pounds or something like that, because normally I thought, well, at least for the first few, it was around 5% of the total ended up being minifigure parts or something like that, although I think that might have been high. It might have been around 3 to 4%, but if we have just over 1 pound from 50 pounds, it's closer to the 2% mark, which is a little low, but that's fine because there are some nice things in here. Yeah, so the one part that I was hoping the whole minifigure would be in here for wasn't, but we still got the one part, which is worth a very decent amount on its own. Yeah, it's in here somewhere. So there's that, and then we also have these 3 containers of good parts that were taken out of it to list, which is another 1.93 pounds, and there were some electrical components in there and stuff like that. So that is now finished. So we will add this bag to the pile over here now. I think a good spot for this one is right here. And I did just double check on the shipping forwarding company, and it is currently at 36 pounds, including the packaging for what I am gonna get shipped to Canada soon. There's one, the tracking says that it hasn't been shipped yet, but I'm not sure if that's arrived or not, because sometimes it says that, but I'm assuming that it's probably just a glitch or something like that, but we'll find out. Yeah, then I'd say we might have, by the time we get that stuff, we might have already hit our 200-pound goal, but yeah, we'll never know until December or January or something when we start going through some of that stuff. But yeah, so this container here of bulk parts, got random stuff on the floor, and then yeah, so I will get these things moved off to the side somewhere, and yeah, just one sticker sheet in here again, but that was missing dimensions, so I kept that aside. Then we got a couple random base plates and boats and stuff like that, which get added to the pile of random base plates and boats over here, because we just put these here. I, for some reason, put a tile in here the other day. I'm not sure why I did that. I guess I'll just put it in this one here. So put the base plates in that, and then grab the boats and put them on the boats pile right there, and then yeah, so good progress there. And now that that's done, it will be time to start trying to get some of this stuff cleaned up, which should hopefully go a bit faster, because there shouldn't really be any minifigure parts in any of this stuff, but there is still going to be parts themselves that have to be taken out and stuff like that. But yeah, then it is going to be time to work on this stuff now. But yeah, then was able to empty another 2 or 3 boxes. Yeah, 3. One was a small cardboard one. Then emptied this one and the smaller one on the inside. Well, and technically the larger one, but that wasn't from the stuff that wasn't from hauls. That one was from a haul. So yeah, that stuff is emptied. And yeah, like expected, there is mostly just going to be taking parts out of it. This stuff here was taken out of the boxes, not those 3, but the rest of that stuff was from the boxes that aren't from hauls. Well, I mean, they are, but not from the specific things. And then, yeah, like expected, there wasn't really more minifigure parts in there, just a few things. I took those clips out because there aren't a few Chima minifigures, so I just thought I might as well get them because they're in good condition, and there's a lot in the one thing. But yeah, for the most part, as expected, but that's perfectly fine. Yeah, so we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 boxes left of just stuff. That is all sorts of different things, mostly just parts and pieces, and no minifigures or anything. So yeah, hopefully, potentially by the end of this week, we can get this stuff all finished up, and then possibly get that table set up. But probably won't be putting out any sets until January or so, or anything like that. But then, actually, before we get that table set up, but once that stuff's done, we can finally get the listing created for all the bulk. Still trying to figure out how I want to do it. I might just put it as a quantity thing. So, like, every time I add to the backlog, I'll first weigh it, and then I'll add that many more pounds to the listing, and then if someone buys, like, 10 pounds, and I have it in the listing, it's like, buy 10 pounds, get one free, then I'll just include 11. That's the one thing I'm thinking of, but I'm not sure how good that is in that sense for trying to figure that out. So the other thing that I might do is I might just pre-package the stuff. Like, for example, if someone purchases just a pound, I would have all that stuff listed in just bags. But then I would also have boxes that hold like 20 pounds or 25 pounds or something like that, and that include bonuses if I end up going with the bonus things and stuff like that, just to make it simpler and stuff like that. Though the side effect of that is that I'm not entirely sure, but that might slow sales to a little bit, because then if someone wants to buy, for example, like 40 pounds, but I only have a thing of 25 pounds, 10 pounds, 5 pounds, I'm not sure how well eBay is at letting you add multiple of them without changing screens and all that stuff. But if I did a quantity thing where you could just type in however many pounds you wanted, that would allow that, but then it could add too much pressure to the buyers who aren't sure just how much they want, and they just want to see the prices for the different options and then choose from there. So there's some give and take to both options, but yeah, then once that stuff's cleaned up, I can spend a bit of time, try to figure all that stuff out, because we now have let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 giant boxes filled with just bulk parts now. But yeah, good progress. Yogurt time. So orders are all shipped out again, and so then next up, it's back to work on the stuff here. So yeah, I'll probably start working on this box now. Yeah, we are going to slowly hopefully finish with this stuff sooner than later. But yeah, then so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 left after that one. And yeah, good progress. So I was just going through the one bag that was in the box that was just filled with 2x6 plates, and yeah, I checked them for brittle brown and dark brown, yeah, so we have 3 that are not brittle, but then every single other one plus a few in there were all brittle brown. So that was yeah, quite a few of those. Were definitely not in the happiest of conditions. Save these 3, but then all of this here is all snapped and broken and taken out of circulation. So yeah, an extra like 20 or so brittle brown bricks are no longer in circulation, and that's always a win. Yeah, then making progress. So a nice unexpected find from just going through the container is this windscreen here. It is, well, you can see it, well, probably not, but it's somewhere up there that shows the part number. But this is part 50986. And yeah, it is about $57 to $73 for this. So that was a bit unexpected. It is from the UCS of Obi-Wan's Starfighter, and I did have other parts from that set that I sold. I know I had the control panel thing from the inside. I know I had that sticker thing there. I think I had that dark red thing there. Yeah, then I guess that this part is here as well. So just add it to the container and see what else we find. So just finished with that box now. Didn't really find anything too interesting after the windscreen thing there. Just a random couple coins that aren't cash, just tokens, and I think I still put the other ones in there. There's a few of them there, and a random Luke thing, just made in China stuff. I feel like I had another one of these somewhere, so I'll just put them in that container for now. But the containers are definitely starting to stack up from this stuff here. So yeah, then we will start on the next one. And yeah, might as well get this one here done. It's the same as all the others, I guess you could say. And yeah, it is definitely getting emptier and it's real nice. So yeah, then I'll get to work on this container now. Yogurt time. Just finished with the next container, and a lot of that stuff was just really dusty and stuff like that and just badly damaged. So a lot of it ended up in the garbage. But then yeah, so on to the next one. This one here, I think is the last one without a lid. So I'll probably work on it next. Just finished with the next container, and yeah, the table is definitely filling up. But yeah, then now on to the next container. And since this one here is the highest of them all, I'll work on it next. And yeah, I don't know if I've ever gone through this container before. I doubt it. I'm pretty sure it's just from my source from a long time back. Just removed all the minifigures. And I think he sold them to me as well separately, but he just removed them, even though I'm pretty sure it probably would have been a relatively similar price, because I paid less to that person when I bought without the minifigures, and who knows. But yeah, then it's probably unsearched still. So besides that, so I will start working on this one next, and the same would apply to that one there. Yogurt time. So just finished with that next box there, and yeah, so we are making good progress. And yeah, put this box over here, and then I will, let's actually see, yeah, they should stack like that, so I can grab them in one go, and then bring them over. And yeah, so we have these 3 boxes here from the same guy that I got that stuff from. Should be the same thing with the minifigures removed. But like, I'm not sure if these ones will probably didn't have too much random stuff thrown in them, but I may very well have added random stuff at some point. But yeah, just like off the top, we got a whole bunch of base plates. Here, 16 by 32. Not sure if these are cut or if that's how they're from the factory. I don't think that Lego cuts them for the 16 by 32, so these may have been cut. I'll have to do more checking on that stuff there. But yeah, then I'll work on these 3 now. Yogurt time. So just had a nice order. They bought a whole bunch of these 4x4 dishes. I believe these are from some of the older AT-AT things or something like that from Star Wars. And so they bought 9 of them there. And yeah, so I had several different listings because they were different conditions, but they bought them all. So yeah, 11.5 for that, then 77.5 for that one, and 11.5 for that one. So yeah, they also got a few other things, but then in total they paid $123 for this here. So yeah, and a few parts there, but that's just 2 seats and 1 slope thing. But yeah, nice order. You never know what you will find in these used lots, because today there is well, I mean, it's a crab, but I don't know what its intended use is, for lack of better words. There's a lot of springs. Maybe it's just meant to go like that or something. I have no idea. But yeah, it's just something you find in a lot. I think we have another contender for a test for when we get the cleaning thing. Let's flip that around. So yeah, that thing is nasty, but we will add it to our pile of nasty things underneath this one here. Put that there, and that will be another one of the things that we'll use as a test once we get to that. So just finished with this box now. One more of these to try and put over here. There we go. And then, as is classic, had a battery. Though this time it wasn't corroded, so that's good. But yeah, then this is done. So now on to this box. So while the other ones were mostly just from the one that the minifigures had been removed, and then there's a few other things in there and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure this one here is mostly stuff that is just from the misorder drawer and stuff like that. Because yeah, I see a few things like this here has a little value. I do take out the next to night shields. They usually aren't quite at the 30-cent mark, but it's close enough. But yeah, I think most of this stuff here is nothing too valuable, so it should be able to be very quick, hopefully, to go through this. Yeah, so we will see how fast this is to go through. Yogurt time. So yeah, then today, hopefully, we should be able to finally finish clearing up this room here. And the interesting thing about the thing is when I'm looking at the screen, when the lighting is poor, it seems to be all choppy for the video. But as soon as I get some good lighting, if I can reach the light switch, then it seems to be very smooth lighting. So I can't say I know exactly what's happening with that. But yeah, who knows? But yeah, so we need to first work on the vlog, then finish with this container, and then finish with that container, and then it's all being processed. I was in the middle of the room just a couple, well, probably at this point, like 4 weeks back or something like that. So yeah, good progress on that. And yeah, so this is the end of the vlog. Thank you for watching if you got this far. Yeah, the next vlog should be out next Monday.